I deleted over 5,000 songs from my Spotify playlist and it completely changed my life. You're probably thinking, Jonathan, why did you have 5,000 songs in your Spotify playlist? And I'll tell you exactly why. I love music. I absolutely love music. From when I was young, I've loved music. But what I realized is the songs that I was listening to were not benefiting me. They were not benefiting me at all. I remember I was getting to the point where I was listening to some of this music. It was the Roddy Ricch, the NBA Youngboy, the 50 Cent and Dr. Dre, even Dr. Dre, Jay-Z, all these different types of people, and great music, like great beats, like the beats that would make your head move, that make your body move, make you want to dance. But then what I realized is that this music was deteriorating my mind. I realized this music did not benefit me. It did not benefit me. Literally, when I was listening to this music, I started to feel a certain way. I started to feel a type of way. When they're just speaking about money, when they're just speaking about women, when they're just speaking about drugs and alcohol and stuff like that, it gets boring. And beyond it getting boring, it's just not edifying. What do I mean by edifying? It's not adding value to your life. And it was not adding value to my life, which is why I completely cut it out. Now, alongside cutting out the 5,000 songs, I also stopped listening to some podcasts. I also stopped watching particular movies, particular TV shows, because I realized they were not adding value to my life. Look, this is my message. If it's not adding value to your life, why is it still in it? Oftentimes we'll be entertaining things and we'll be listening to things. We'll be listening to people. If you want me to talk about it, I'll talk about it. We'll be listening to people. We'll be watching movies. We'll be watching TV shows that just don't add value to our lives. And yes, there is a case for, okay, does it entertain you? Is this an entertaining thing? Is it an entertaining movie? Is it an entertaining TV show? But also another thing I need to think about is it taking me away from God or is it bringing me to God? As a Christian, that's one of the main things that I think. As Jesus being the center of my life, I have to think, okay, cool. Does this bring me closer to him or does this bring me away from him? And the fun fact about my music, it was bringing me away from him. It was not bringing me closer to Jesus. So I said, all right, well, it has to go. And it was painful. It's like letting go of a friend. Right? It's like you have to go through that grieving process of like, oh, I remember this song. You might hear a song when you're out. It's like, oh, I remember that song. Right? But it's part of that process of going to that next level. It was part of my process of going to that next level. I realized, I said, hold on a second. This is not benefiting me. If you're liking this podcast so far, make sure that you click subscribe and you click like so that you're aware when we do post again and so that the message spreads out to other people like yourself. Look, we're trying to bless the world. We're trying to help people find their vitamin U. Help them do it too. Enjoy the rest of the episode. Speak soon. And on this podcast, we're all about finding your vitamin U and using your vitamin U, which is essentially the things that make you you, and using your vitamin U to fulfill your potential and take your life to that next level. In order to be able to do that, we need to cut out the noise. Cut out the noise. Look, we're listening to so much rubbish. We just let rubbish just enter our eardrums free of charge. That is an expensive space because whatever you focus on expands. Whatever you tune into, you turn into. We have to be careful about what we're taking in because that is what we'll become. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to become a drug dealer if you're listening to 50 Cent. But what I am saying is that your thoughts are going to be tuned into that quote unquote frequency, for lack of a better word. Make sure you're tuned into the right stuff in whatever, you know what it is as well. I think it's completely fine to listen to the music that I was listening to before, the secular music that I was listening to before as well, if you don't have the goals that I have. Now, my goal is to get closer to God. My goal is to take my life to that next level. My goal is to only focus on positive things. Now, when you're listening to music that, and this is another thing as well, and when you're listening to music that is even like borderline depressing. I remember there was a Roddy Ricch song that was like, I just lost my dog. Yeah. My brother told me how to chase the bag. He said he just lost. He's crying about a friend that just died. Now, why am I going to be singing that at the top of my lungs with passion? There is life and death in the power of the tongue. I don't want to be singing about losing friends. I don't want to be singing about that. I don't want to be singing 50 Cent, many men. Upon who? Me? You must be having a laugh. You must think this is a comedy show. You must be having a laugh. When I realized the lyrics that these people were talking about, I couldn't listen to that music anymore. And I don't care what you believe in. It's just a fact. Like, whatever you think about, it expands. That's why we listen to a particular type of music when we're in the gym. That's why we listen to a particular type of music when we want to get, when we want to get closer to God. That's why we listen to a particular type of music maybe when you're studying. For example, I listen to lo-fi when I'm studying, which is like low fidelity music. It's just kind of like low vibes music, right? Because music sets the vibe, it sets the tone. So what tone do you want to be setting? What vibe do you want to be setting?